Hello, and welcome to Makeup Chats with Deb and Em. And today we are talking about products that one person likes that the other person does not like. Because makeup is very personalized, everyone has different skin tones, different preferences. And so today we're going to give you two different opinions all at once. So we are going to start out with makeup removal because if we're going to put makeup on, we got to be able to remove it. So I absolutely love my makeup erasers. I have 3 of these in different colors. And I also have minis that are like this. They're little like cotton round size that are great for the eyes, but they don't take your whole face off. But I love it. It has the makeup remover side, and then the other side is a little more textured, which is great for exfoliating. You can just wet it and take it off. I use my makeup remover, like oil-based makeup removers on here to use it to wipe off my makeup. I use micellar water sometimes with it. It's great. It's like a washcloth, but it's better because I feel like it just grips and takes off your makeup better than a normal washcloth. And it's softer too. But Emily here doesn't like them so much.
No, I prefer either just a regular cleanser in my hands or a little bit of like micellar water or just a washcloth and some oil-based remover, but just the basic cheap washcloths. Just prefer it.
And you said that your biggest thing is you don't like using the same rag over and over.
No. Once I've used a washcloth, it's a one time. I use the washcloth once and then I throw it in the dirty washcloth bin. And so I have a stack of washcloths that I just rotate through each week. And then I wash them because I just don't like reusing the same washcloth twice.
See, that's so much more laundry though. With this, I just start at the end and I use it until it's all dirty, which I'm not going to show you a dirty one because that's not. But and the black is actually hard to see what I've used. Like this is clean, but when I use it, it is hard to see like what's been used. But my other 2 are like lighter, so you can see what has been used. And I'm like, okay, I'm right here, and I wet it and wipe my makeup off. And it's great. And then I just throw them all in the washer. They're washable, dryable, and then they come out like clean. And they're also better for the environment, and you're not putting chemicals on your face like makeup wipes. I've quit using makeup wipes, and they're cheaper because they're reusable, and I just wash them like anything else. So I love them, but you can also use wash rags. Needless to say, just don't use makeup wipes anymore because those are bad for you. And if you do, make sure you wash your face afterwards or you will break out.
That's the key. If you want to use makeup wipes, if that is your preference, if that's what you choose to do, go for it. But make sure you are washing your face on a regular basis because otherwise they leave a film and a residue on your face.
Yes. And a lot of them have like alcohol and different things in them that you don't want left on your face. All right, so our next product is applying makeup. So this one is actually not that we don't like it, it's that we have different preferences on how to use it. So we both actually have these little knockoffs of the beauty blenders because who wants to pay $20 for a sponge?
Not about that life.
So we've mentioned these before. These are the Beauty Bakerie. What are they? The eggs?
Blending eggs. They're the blending eggs.
And they come in these 2 colors. You get 3 of the teal and 3 of the pink in a cute little mini egg carton.
I think I have one.
It's fun. Yeah, shout out to Beauty Bakerie for making
best packaging ever.
Right? And they also make a butter stick. Look who doesn't want butter for your face?
If you haven't heard about this, go check out our video of makeup that I bought for the packaging because this one and the butter stick primer are also in that video.
So our preferences on how to use them. I like to wet my makeup sponge. I have this little like old spray bottle from from a setting spray, and I cleaned it out, washed it out, and I just refill it with water. I have a W marked on it for water, and I just spray it. I don't like douse my sponge. I just spray each end, and then I use the flat side or the corner side, and I just spray it, and I feel like it works so much better because it just keeps the makeup on there. It keeps it fresh, and my face, if it uses dry, I just feel like it's dries my makeup more. I don't know.
I don't know. I just prefer it dry. I really just think it applies better for me. I like the way it applies a little bit nicer. I always feel like I look slightly patchy when I try and use a wet sponge. I have tried damp sponges. So like after I wash my sponges, sometimes I'll grab one while it's still damp, and I don't mind that as long as they're not like wet. But honestly, I just prefer dry, and maybe it's just due to that's the way I started using them in the first place. Because I was trying to get ready quick, and I don't get ready in my bathroom. So,
well, and I guess mine is more damp than like it's not. I don't like run it in water and squeeze it out. I spray it with a mister, so that's not. I feel like just the water adds a little bit extra to where it doesn't. It doesn't like. I also put more product on though, I believe, than you do.
I think so. I use just a little bit of product, and then like I use it dry for powder and for cream. So as I'm doing my makeup, I'll use my sponge for both my cream makeup, and then I'll also use it to just touch up with the powder stuff as well. Mm-hmm. And so I don't know how it would work on my powder products, because it would cause hard pan if I had a wet or damp sponge. So
So, like I said, everyone has their preferences and opinions. And I mean, you can watch multiple different YouTube videos and everyone will do theirs differently. And everyone will say you should do it this way or that way. But it's really what you like and how it looks on your skin. And everyone has different skin types too. So that can also play a big role in how you apply your makeup. So now we're going to talk about our lip moisturizers. And this is one of those that I feel like everyone's like, oh, it's the best. You have to try it. It's so wonderful. And I don't agree. The Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask, which Emily also agrees with all those people.
I love this stuff.
Too. And I just don't know why. I feel like when I put it on, it's like if my lips were hydrated, I feel like it would keep them hydrated, but I feel like it doesn't hydrate, if that makes sense.
And see, I feel like it does. I feel like after a long day, and especially in the cold, really, really dry temperatures up here, I just feel like I need something that just gives me the moisture and then locks in whatever little bit, if I have any moisture left in my lips for the day, that it just puts it right back on there and keeps it in. And then I wake up in the morning and my lips feel nice and they feel hydrated. Where I've tried other kinds of lip balm, lip brands, sleeping masks, you name it, and I've never found anything that I like quite much as like this.
See, and I feel like it's all gone. Well, I guess it also probably depends on how you sleep, because it's gone off my lips. I don't like how it's sticky.
Oh, and see, I don't think it's sticky at all.
I mean, it is sticky though.
I don't think of it as sticky. I think of it as
it's a little sticky.
It's balmy. I don't know.
I mean, it is more balmy. It's not like gross sticky lip gloss, but it's still like thicker and like, I don't know. So what I use instead of this is the Aquaphor, just like the normal Aquaphor, not the lip specific Aquaphor, and they have it in this cute little jar. And then you can just buy a big Aquaphor because you can use it for everything, and then refill this one. It's great for, it's like Neosporin or Vaseline, but I like it better because it's not as like oily, and
It's not as thick. It's not as it soaks into the skin a lot nicer than Vaseline does.
it does. And it just, this is a lot more creamy, or like it's not sticky like that, like the Laneige one. It goes on really nice and it soaks into my lips, and it's honestly, I like it better than chapstick. And I've learned about this all because of Jessica Braun, because she started talking about it. And I use it for, I like put it on my feet, I put it everywhere. It's great. It's not as, it's not like a non-sticky lotion, because you still can feel that you have something on. But I mean, you can feel lotion too, but it's really nice. It blends, or like sinks into the skin. I feel like, where I feel like the Laneige sits on top of this, on top of my lips, whereas the Aquaphor really sinks into my lips and like moisturize them while I'm sleeping. So yeah, and I feel like it's like faster acting too. I need it to sink in so that it doesn't come all off. All right, so now that we've got our face washed and lips moisturized, we have some eye products that we wanted to talk about. So let's start off with eyeshadow. So Dominique Cosmetics is from Kristen Dominique, the YouTubers. It's her makeup line, and she has come out with several different palettes now. But her very first one is the Latte palette, and then she came out with the Latte 2 palette. And I only have these because Emily gave them to me. And I absolutely love them. I love these colors, especially the first one. I love the shimmers, and I really love how pigmented they are, where I can dip my brush in there and blend them out on my eye, and they're still there. They don't like dust away like some eyeshadows do. They just look gorgeous. They're easy to apply I find them easy to apply, and I have really enjoyed using them. And these are like my favorite. Well, this one more so is like my favorite eyeshadow palette of all time. So
I've tried them. I gave her the Latte palette because I honestly just didn't prefer it. I wasn't using it. And I knew she'd wanted it for a while. So I was like, I'm not using it. I don't prefer it. I gave it to her. And I'm so glad she fell in love with it, because it is a great color scheme. I just wasn't a huge fan of the formula. But a formula that I like and that I prefer that Devin doesn't is the Urban Decay Naked formula. So this is the Naked Honey palette. And I love their formula. I've had the Naked 1, the Naked 2, Naked Honey. I've also tried the Naked Reloaded, but I did already get rid of that one. And the Naked Heat I had, but I got rid of. I like the formula. I just wasn't using the other two palettes. I think it's great. I think it's very, very pigmented, and I like the way it looks on my eyes. I know Devin's not a huge fan of it, but I personally really enjoy the Naked formula.
So I have the 3 and the cherry, and my biggest issue is they're pigmented until I put them on my eyes. And I think it also has to do with how we apply our makeup, because you can take a swatch of this, and like you can take a swatch, put it on your hand, and you can see it. But as soon as I start to like blend it out, it's like gone. It's like half there. Whereas I don't have that problem with the Dominique Cosmetic ones. As like when I put it on, like it's very pigmented. And so when I put it on, as I have other products underneath, when I blend it out, it's still like the same color. It doesn't disappear on me. And that's my biggest issue, I think, with the naked ones is I feel like the more I blend, the more it disappears.
They are best applied with fingers or with a firmer eyeshadow brush, just because they really, I don't blend my shadows super well, mostly because I'm typically running out the door. So I don't really have time to go in and actually spend time blending. And so, especially the shimmers, they're best applied, take a finger and just apply them with your finger. Or if you really would like to use a brush, something small that has a flat brush to it, and then just pat it on. And I always use a primer with them. I don't ever wear them without primer because they don't last as well. But I typically also use a cream shadow base. So I usually don't have the issue of them not working on top of them.
Right. So yeah. And I mean, if you like lighter looking makeup, that they're great for you too.
That's also true.
When I put on a color for it to stay there because I do blend out and trying to make a gradient look and not make it look like I have, you know, paint by color or something. But my other complaint about the Naked palettes too is the lack of matte colors, or non-shimmery colors, because in this palette we've got the white, we've got this lighter color, and then we've got this lighter color. These are all shimmery. This one has a little bit of shimmer into it, and these are all shimmery as well, which don't look as great in like the crease in the corner of your eye, which is where I would use all of these darker colors.
And see, they fixed it in the Naked Honey because they did add more mattes. So they have more mattes in the shades, all the way to the gradient. So I do think they've heard and they've started to improve that. But yeah, I will agree. I'm not a huge fan of the Naked 3. I know my former roommate / cousin, she used to own it, and so I got to play with hers. And I'm not a huge fan of the 3, but I really do like the original and the Naked Honey palette the best.
Yeah, well, and each palette is going to be different on what shadows are in it too. So it's up to you if you like the shadows, and don't ever buy an eyeshadow palette just for one color.
No.
Look at you.
I've done that several times. For the record, don't recommend.
It's not worth it when you're paying the price tag of some of these eyeshadow palettes. Maybe if it's like a $10 drugstore palette, go for it, because a single shadow might be.
Just get the single shadow. If it's the only shadow you're going to use out of that whole palette, just get the single shadow. I've learned that lesson too.
I mean, you have though made other palettes out of your favorites and then gotten rid of. So if you can't find that shadow, and it's a big enough shadow, you don't want like a little tiny shadow.
True. You can depot and take shadows out and create your own. But if you're going to keep it in the palette itself, you'll never touch that shadow, even though you bought the palette for that shadow.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
On a note that I love, mascaras. Actually, okay, one's a love, one's a like. So I like the L'Oreal Air Volume. I love the lower lash line skinny mascara from Wet n Wild. This is the waterproof. I actually prefer the non-waterproof version, but I don't have one open currently. But I like the waterproof version because it's great for anytime I need waterproof. However, on a day-to-day, it just kind of doesn't come off your lashes super easily. It does take a little more effort, so I don't like it day-to-day, but I do love this one and like this mascara, and Devin does not.
No. So my issue with the L'Oreal Air Volume Mega Mascara, it's not that it's not a good mascara. It works well. My issue is mine smells so strongly, and I don't know if it's mine because I've been trying to find other people who say that I open it and I get the strongest like almost like when you were little and they had mascara. Like, it's super strong. And I can smell, if I can still smell it 5 minutes later, I don't like that.
It's fair.
Smelling while I put it on. Like, one time I still smelled it like 5 minutes later, and I was like, I don't want to smell this anymore. It's awful. It smells very like chemically. I don't know. It's, I mean, the wand isn't that great either, in that, like, it's, I don't know, it's kind of clumpy, but like it looks pretty on your lashes, and it works great. I mean, it doesn't work great. It works fine. There are other mascaras that I like better, but just the smell, I cannot get over it. It just, I can't handle the smell, and no one else has talked about the smell, and so maybe it was just mine, but but it does have a smell. At least mine does. In Florida, they have smells, so. And so then the Skinny mascara, my biggest issue is it's a very wet formula. And I don't do well with wet formulas, because anytime I put on mascara, like, my favorite mascaras are more drying. That way I can put them on and they're like dry and I'm ready to go. This one, I put it on and I sneeze and it goes everywhere. And the best way to get mascara off is for it to dry and then take a Q-tip and wipe it off. And almost without fail, every time I at least get a dot of mascara somewhere when I'm putting on mascara. And when it's already a drier formula, I just wait a minute and then wipe it off. And because it dries quicker and I can just get rid of it. This one, and it's wet and it's messy because it's such a liquidy formula, in my opinion. And I don't do well with things that I can make messes with. So, yeah, that is why I am not the biggest fan. Like, it's great in that for like lower lashes. I wouldn't really use it for the top lash, but like the lower lash, like, that's a great little wand for you to like really get in there and get your lower lashes. So like some of the bigger ones can be really like big and bulky and not as fun like to compare. Like, it's definitely small, like a lot smaller and easier to use, and I get that. But and waterproof.
It is,
rub my eyes off trying to take it off.
it is great for weddings. It is great for special occasions. It is great for any time that you might have tears. It is fantastic. It also will hold up, unlike the non-waterproof. I found out wearing my mask one day. I was out in the cold weather, and because your breath causes condensation, the condensation froze onto my eyelashes, and as it was warming up, because my breath was warming up my eyelashes, it literally caused my whole mascara, like on my eyelashes, to melt off. So I had black marks all over my under eyes and my mask, because we were out in 10-degree weather, moving metal beams. So it was really fun, but it definitely, I will say the bottom lashes look great still. My top lashes that I didn't put waterproof mascara on did not work.
Fun Montana weather. I mean, I do have.
It warmed up today. It's like 40 degrees.
Yeah. I mean, I have the problem of my makeup melting off my face, so there's that. And I know a lot of people have problems with mascara hitting the top of their eye, especially if you've got hooded eyes like mine, and they just kind of like, you have little lines. So waterproof mascara is great, but yes, waterproof mascara is not really for an everyday occasion.
No.
Because you don't want to rub all your eyelashes off.
Yeah.
And it's also good to give your eyes a break, because you're not letting them breathe when you have mascara on.
The main point of this video is to really express that not every product works for every person. Just because it's a bestseller doesn't mean you have to make it work for you. Just because your friend says they like it doesn't mean you have to like it. Everybody has their own preferences, and opinions are to each their own. Everybody has differences in opinions, and that's okay. And makeup is not meant to be made for every product for everyone. If you have dry skin, you're probably not going to like something that's made for oily skin. But the main thing is make it work for you if you want to make it work. But if you don't like something, you don't have to like it.
Yeah. Just because everyone else likes it doesn't mean you're odd one out because you don't like it.
So comment down below a product that either you like that everyone else doesn't like, or something that you don't like that everyone else seems to like. We want to hear your comments down below and see what products you're loving or not loving. And hopefully we'll see you in the next video.
Goodbye.